Did you forget how to knock? I thought that I was clear that I... Oh, you have her. Very well. Throw her onto the floor. Leave. My, oh my. What an adorable look you have on your face there. Your eyes have grown so wide. Fear, confusion, dread, maybe a tiny bit of anger. Have you still not figured it out? Your face tells me you haven't. That is such a shame. People speak so highly of you. I thought you'd be more intelligent than this. Did my gods knock you to the floor too hard? Stay on the ground. I like to see you like this. A little fragile person sitting at my feet. It's beautiful. Shh, 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 shh. Only speak when spoken to. You have no authority right now. You might think you have, but you don't. Do not get it into your head that you do. Before I forget, state your identity. Don't look at me with that dumb look on your face. I want to know that I have the right person sitting in front of me and not some whore that the gods pulled off the street. Come on, you can speak now. I really have the Princess of Latveria sitting at my feet. What an honor. What an honor. You know, I was so truly surprised to hear that you're an only child. I was sure that your greedy father would try for more and more children, at least until he had a son. It really puts him at great risk that he only had one child. What if sickness took you? What if something else happened to you? His whole kingdom would shatter under his feet when he had no one to leave it to. Luckily for him, you made it. Now, before I go on and on about you, you'll probably have a lot of questions racing through your head. Who is that gorgeous woman that towers over me? Why am I here? What does she want? And maybe most importantly, how can I get out of here? Well, little princess, I am Violet Beaumont, second-born daughter of Harold Beaumont and Alexandra Beaumont, princess of the Zavadian kingdom. You have probably heard of me before, as my name is well known. No? Doesn't ring a bell? That's a shame. It will, though, soon enough. When I'm done with you, you will scream my name, either in pleasure or in agony. Speaking of which, you are probably wondering why you're here, aren't you? Oh, look at you, nodding your tiny head ever so slightly. Poor thing. Well, you are here because of your bastard father. The fool that let this war slip through his hands. He couldn't stand against my father's forces whenever they tried to overtake your kingdom. It was really easy, actually. Did you hear the stories? Your father's men saw my father's troops coming. They knew that there was no possible way that they could win that fight, so they left the battlefields, like cowards. They ran back to your castle reporting what was happening, but it was already too late. Now, your parents are in shackles in a dark basement somewhere, and you are here, sitting at my feet, looking like a little broken toy. And your kingdom? Your kingdom is in ashes. Villages are burning, your castles are taking over, and your people are cursing your family's name. The kingdom is only a hollow shell of what it used to be before. A thriving place burned down into nothing. Me, a monster. Oh, don't make me laugh, princess. Don't call me a monster when you're not better in the slightest. You're worse, if not the same. Don't you see that we've all contributed in this useless war? The war that has taken so many lives, so many years lost to useless violence. And what did we do? We did nothing. Nonsense! Your father isn't insufferable. You're his only daughter, his only child with that. If you were to run away, he could have done nothing. You're the only one that could take the throne after him. If you would disappear, you would leave him empty-handed. You're just fucking blind, aren't you? Do you have any idea what your father has caused to your people? Hundreds, if not thousands of your people have died of starvation. He has sent thousands of innocent people to the battlefields to have their blood shed and lives spilled. Do you have any clue how many widows and children are left behind? What did I say about speaking? I never said that we are better than you. You killed, we killed. You burned, we burned. Everyone has blood on their hands. Everyone is guilty. But now the fights are over. We have won. Your walls are infiltrated. Your kingdom is taking over. There's finally silence. There's only building up after the tearing down that we all did. You have a question, don't you? Speak. Why are you here? That's a great question, actually. You see, like I said, our kingdoms have stopped fighting. There's now silence. Your father is out of power and is open to negotiation. My father is looking for a way to permanently guarantee the peace between our kingdoms. And his decision is that we are to be wed. Hold your horses! I knew this reaction would come from you, as this was my exact reaction when my father told me. First of all, we do not have a choice in this. At least I do not have a choice in this. We would like to give you the vague hint that you do have a choice, but in the end, you really do not. What do I mean? Oh, darling, if you refuse, you will be put away. In a dark, wet hole somewhere where the sun doesn't shine. Away from your family. Alone. Miserable. Waiting for death to take you. I will rule both kingdoms myself. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Once we get married, we are next in line for the throne. Once my father dies or retires, we will be rulers. Very sharp. I knew there was some intelligence in the tiny head of yours. I am indeed not the firstborn. You see, my older brother is a general in the army. Besides, he is short-tempered, mean, and all over not very smart. This made that my father saw him unfit to be the ruler of the kingdom. He gave that honor to me, his intelligent and difficult to anger daughter. I've been preparing for this I'm sorry? You hate me? You shouldn't hate me, you should hate your father. He set you up for this. I had nothing to do with it. Don't shoot the messenger, princess. I'm only the one that brought you this news. And before you start again, I want to marry you as little as you want to marry me. However, I do realize that this is the best option to keep the kingdoms at peace. In the end, I'm not only marrying you, I'm marrying a kingdom. I do not take that lightly, and you shouldn't either. You'll think about it. You'll think about it. I don't see how you have a choice, but sure, princess, think about it. I understand that you want to have the feeling that you have a little bit of control with this decision. That's okay, princess. I'm not a monster after all. Until you are ready to make your decision, you will be held in one of our guest bedrooms. You will not lack any comfort there, don't worry. We wouldn't want to do that to your fragile body. You have a question? Yes, princess? What will happen to your parents? When do you mean? If we would marry, your parents will be put out of power. They will continue to live on as Duke and Duchess. They will be put in a house or a mansion or something. They will live in the luxury that they used to, but they will not have their power anymore. I'm happy to see that puts you at ease a little bit. Now I'm done talking to you. You will be brought to your bedroom. There you can think about this decision. Guards! Take the princess to one of the guest bedrooms. I'll talk to you again very soon, princess.